than the other. Also, well, as light is traveling through the form, there is a section in which there is no more light at all. And that is when a form meets another form. In this case, the table is meeting the sphere at a certain point, and it's creating an even darker section right there, and that is an accent. Those are the fundamentals of the form. The structure of the form and the structure of the light. That's it.
Good.
Yeah.
That was pretty clear to me.
I felt that this was clear, and I tried not to stop so much while I was drawing to
Right.
explain it.
I liked it.
Mhm.
Do you want to try drawing it quick again? Just stop drawing?
Without saying anything?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
without us laughing.
See, I've been really good. I've shut up. Didn't said anything. Because I know I can make Andrew laugh real easy.
You did peel a banana.
I did. I cracked it into a banana.
I felt like at this time I tried to simplify it and make it more.
Yeah, and it
more
still
to the
made
point.
sense.
Okay, so just tell me when. I'm gonna start now.
Yep. good.
Done deal.
Alright, now let me hit record. Okay. Let's see. What we'll do next.
Okay, so now
Box?
that I'm gonna do the box next.
Okay. I think we want to record the sphere and the drawings close up, but we can
Yeah.
do that afterwards,
Mhm.
so we don't move the cameras.
Okay.
Let's just not move the lights, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah. So does that look like it's rolling like this? It has a dimension to it.
Yep.
Okay, good, because I can make it even more, but I didn't want to disturb it too much. Okay, so the next one is this,
Do you want to talk about that toilet paper tube thing? Do you think that helps show if you rotated that in the light?
The two?
The tube? Yeah.
Yeah, that will be next.
Okay.
Because then I'm gonna talk about the jaw and the box, like getting close to the
Okay.
thing. Okay, so should I talk on this one too, or should I?
I don't know. What do you think?
It's up to you.
I'm gonna talk a little bit.
Well, we probably want to follow the same format, right? Draw
Mm-hmm.
once and talk once.
Okay.
Doesn't
Draw once
matter
and
though.
talk once. Did you look at this camera at all?
She
you
did.
check?
She did.
Oh, you did?
Right.
Yeah, it looked pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so the next
So
one.
did I knock it or anything, or is it good where it is?
I don't think you know.
Okay.
I just feel how this one might feel a little bit better. Okay. Okay, I'm starting, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to work on the structure of this box. So anything that has structure, it has dimension, it has a width and a height. So I'm gonna determine the width and the height immediately before even going into any kind of drawing. To draw a box, we have to figure out these angles and directions, so that way the box looks geometric. I want to make sure that these higher points are corresponding to what I see, and that they correspond also to the first angles that I placed. Sometimes the first line that I drew doesn't necessarily have to be the center of the form. It's just a gesture to help me find the height. This angle is going to be parallel to the one below, so that we have a condensing box. Make sure that all of these angles are correct. So there's the structure of the object. Now we're going to place a light on it. The light is going to affect the surface of this block in terms that some segments are going to receive a shade and some others are not. Shading on a block is rather abrupt because of the facets, because it's a planar form. So we see these particular shapes as being more definitive. And gradation is not occurring so much as it would on a box. But gradation occurs within this particular facet, not so much across the form like that. Now we're going to have 3 different facets. This is the shape of the shade. Light is being blocked by this object, and it's causing a cast shade. Cast shadow also has structure. So the same way that I described the cube, I have to be very careful about showing the angles of the cast shadow as well. Abstractly, both of these shapes are going to join into one. Into one complex area, one complex shape. And now the subdivision occurs. We have a light and a shade. Now we're going to have a middle tone. So in this case, the middle tone plane is moving away from the light. This plane is facing the ceiling. So now we have three different planes. One in front of the light, one moving away from the light, and one moving completely away from the light. Highlight usually occurs at the very edge of the block. This highlight is facing the light the most directly than any of these planes, since this edge is not so much like a line, but it's a dimensional, smaller plane. So that's where the highlight would be. We have a light, middle tone, and a shade on this block. The cast shadow is normally much darker than on the object, so I'm going to darken it and use this to my advantage again to delineate that outer edge. So that's causing these to be a little bit brighter and giving it a sense of reflection. Light now is illuminating this facet. Light is illuminating this facet more than in other places. In this case, the gradation is going to occur the same as it would on a wall up here. And then it gets a little bit lighter down here because of the reflection. One section where light absolutely cannot get to is when one form meets another form. And in this case, it's on the very bottom of the cube, where certain forms are meeting one another. And that is our accent. That's the box. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. I liked everything, but I have one comment.
Yeah, tell me.
Shouldn't the front-facing passage have a
Yeah,
little bit of
that's-
shade so that the highlight really stands out?
I think for the understanding of the people that are watching this video, probably the top facet should be the lightest facet.
Not where I am though.
No,
Yeah, I know, but
I don't have a problem with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Theoretically, don't you think the light would be coming from the top and not from the side?
This plane is the one that's receiving the most
Right, but
light.
that's confusing to people. Why would an edge plane? Remember that lady in our class was asking about that.
No, but
She was confused.
but that's
Yeah.
usually the case though. These little edge transitions
right.
are what catches most light.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
because
don't
that's-
want to be fake about that.
When
But the front plane, but to make that highlight make sense,
Mhm.
I think the front plane should have a little bit of shading.
Oh, like I did with the other one. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Just
Right?
shade it like
Exactly.
this. Because
So then you
I
can
leave it.
really erase
Oh.
to make that highlight.
I
And
see.
I got something else you
And that
wanted.
makes a lot of sense too.
I think it was really understandable on the ball where the light was coming from, just intuitively because of the way that you drew the Terminator.
Yeah.
But on this, you don't necessarily know where the light's coming from. So maybe you should draw a directional line
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
to
you
show where the light is, so that way people can understand that it's hitting this facet and not that.
Right.
Okay.
Because people wouldn't intuitively know that.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I'm glad that you said that. Yeah, then I can.
I mean, even though you have it on the video.
Yeah, that was a good observation of
Yeah.
of having, because on the sphere I did shade the entire light area
Exactly.
before I took it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's do another one then. And I'm gonna do this one talking or without talking.
You might want to alternate so you can give yourself a break.
Okay, so then
Right.
this one is gonna be without. Just get a little water. Oh.
No, that's not allowed.
Let's see the time because Will has to
Yeah,
leave
what
at
time?
Yeah, no, I'm good. You guys can keep going.
12:19.
I
You
have
just-
to go.
You just have to lock the door behind you.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I have to do. But I have to run down to
Yeah.
that stupid,
What are you being
I'm
in
priorly committed to this.
So what should we do if we can't get to the skull? Should we just leave everything set up
Just leave it all set up, you know. You
and then we can come back next week?
Yeah.
How would you feel about that? Okay.
No, but just, you guys can keep going for another, whatever amount of time you wanna go. Just lock it,
Once
all
you
you have
finish
to
up
do.
the cube?
All you have
Yeah,
to do
let me
is
just
do
finish
this.
at the
You
cube and then stop, because
just
I don't
turn
wanna be
this and
staying
then-
with them, reading and everything.
No,
Just turn
we'll
this,
get tired after a while.
Yeah, yeah,
just turn this and make sure it's locked, okay?
okay.
Okay.
Just turn this so when you pull it behind you.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I thought that it would probably take at least a couple of times before,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we can finish.
Yeah, we should watch too what we film
Yeah.
and see what we think about it, right?
Yeah, good idea.
Instead of doing 10 and then being like,
I'm like,
wait.
wait,
That's true, that's true. Okay, then let's do this. I'm gonna do one without talking and one with talking, and then we stop.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Great.
good.
Okay,
And
so
then
I'll
I'm
see you
gonna
guys
rob this
later
place.
today.
So, have fun. Then you can come to art class, you know?
Why, to beat me up?
Exactly.
Oh, that's scared of me. I'll just sick the Peace Corps on him.